Blessings, blessings. Hold on. Just writing some stuff in. I don't know if you can hear this good reggae music. Check this out. Look. Oh, this is coming to an end. So y'all, it's coming to an end. Y'all about to get another song in here. I'm just writing this. You guys got a commercial. Yeah, buddy. I'm going to get into this. I want you to think about something. First of all, take a breath. Inhale, exhale. Question I have for you as you take a breath, inhale through your nostrils, exhale through your nostrils or through your mouth. Inhale. See if you can breathe all the way down to the bottom, into your hips. Pause for a moment and exhale. Open your eyes. I want you to notice, where is your mind? Where is your mind? So this live, and welcome those watching the replay, hashtag replay. And also, if you're on YouTube, watch this on YouTube, like, share, subscribe, hit that like button. Bless up. Facebook, just post up where you're calling from and where you're watching from. This live session is about mind, mastering your mind. And I had a very interesting situation happen. It was I think it was it was Thursday, Wednesday or Thursday. Either way, uh, I was in a group. We're supporting a man, and it the whole situation helped me recognize how important the mind is in how we deal with things and how we see things. And it brought up a quote. I'm failing to remember who said this quote, but it said, "Rule your mind, or it will rule you." So here's the thing that was very interesting as I was experiencing this experience in this group. I noticed whenever I was even thinking about master the mind, I was thinking about whipping my mind into shape. And in this scenario, it helped me recognize that mastering my mind is actually appreciating and collaborating with it to become proficient at something, to become good at something. Because the mind is a supreme processor, which is a gift and a curse. The gift is that it can process a ton of things. It takes in a ton of sensual things, from what we touch, the temperature, what something feels like on our clothes, what we smell, what we hear, what we see. It's taking in so many things that we consciously have yet to, or we consciously are unaware of. So the thing that happens is that our mind, if we're too much in our mind, the sour side of things, when we become too much in our mind, then the mind can take over. We can start worrying about things. We start getting anxiety. We're like, oh my God, what if this happens? Ah. And the wild thing is that when we start even saying some things like, what if this happens? Our brain is like, what? Oh, I'll tell you what'll happen. This will happen, this will happen, this will happen, this will happen, this will happen. And back when you were 5, and when that happened, that will happen too. And then this will happen and this will happen. And don't forget about that thing that happened way before you were even born that's going to happen to you again. Our mind will create these circumstances and these realities. So it's important that we start to, if that's where our mind goes, let's start to rewire how we work with our mind. And that's what this whole YouTube, that's what this session is all about. And that I want more people to pay more attention to the things, the way that we're talking, the way that we're speaking to ourselves, and also how we're speaking to others. And in this case, we're going to look and challenge at how we're speaking to our mind. So before we go into this, I thought it would be helpful to share where my mind was going when I started to look at mastering the mind. I like to look at the words and what the definitions are. So when I looked up master, to master something, as the verb is to learn how to do something properly or succeed in, understanding something completely, becoming proficient in the use of something. So when I say master your mind, proficient in the use of mastering your mind. So here's some prompts. Okay, get out a piece of paper and a pen, because you're most likely going to go through these prompts after this video. So you can always pause and come back. But like if you got a if you're watching this, you got a paper and pen, write these prompts down. Okay, and I want you to digest this and really start to think about it. This is how you begin to master your mind. So I want you to think of the first prompt. What is your way of thinking and or processing information? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna write your way of thinking slash processing information. Voila. Oh, does it show? Voila. Okay. So, what is your way of thinking or processing information? Why is that important, Paul? I'm glad you asked. It's important because you're starting to recognize how your mind works. One of the lessons I took away from this experience I had during the week is that what I've started recognizing in this man, that I had to recognize in myself, that do I really appreciate how my mind works, the unique way that I think, the unique way that I see things. That's part of what makes me me. Now the thing is that the way that I see things is based on my past experiences. Like either the negative or positive, it's all the same. It is what it is. But like, am I looking at it from this past lens, like, oh, this happened, or am I looking at it like, yo, this is what I learned from what happened? Right. So there's when I start either way I'm looking at it, my mind processes things and thinks about things in a certain way. And one of the things I recognize in working with more men now through my programming is that it's always a blessing to have men acknowledge the way that they think, the way that they're different, because that's what makes you you. Like, and when men start to recognize that, they start to see things in a different way. So that's one of the benefits of first acknowledging, really thinking about this. What are the ways that you think and process information? All right, that's very important. That's acknowledging, that's bringing acknowledgement to your mind. All right, so the next one, I just touched on this. What's shaped slash created how you process? Okay, hold on. Let's look at this. What's shaped um, slash created the way you process information? Okay, boom. Watch, here it is. Magic. Bang. Oh no, I don't want to scroll. Hide. Show. All right, so think about when you think about this here. I want you to really acknowledge um, what are the experiences in the way that you think. Once you've acknowledged that, what are the experiences that supported you or that crafted the way that you think? Was it like, hey, you know what? I always saw my mom or dad do it this way. Like this is how I've always liked to address a problem. Like just start to really look at that. Let's start to really settle into what are the things that really helped you craft the way that you process and think about things. The reason that this is important is because as you acknowledge this, you're going to start to move through the world differently. You're going to start to, first of all, acknowledge, like, listen, this is the way I'm thinking about this, right? You'll be able to claim the distinction in the way you think, and that's going to bring more power and diversity to any space that you're in. You're also most likely going to come up with a lot of different creations and solutions based on the way that you think. So that's that. Now, the last question here, the last thing to check in with is what fuels your processor. All right, your processor. It's so processor. I'm like nervous typing and speaking out at the same time. What fuels your processor slash processing? What the heck kind of question is this? I'm really glad that you're asking. So, what this question is looking at, what are the ways that you fuel your mind? Do you play Sudoku? Do you do puzzles? Do you read? Do you like to, I don't know, do you like to work out? Do you like to do yoga? Do you like to, what stimulates your mind? Okay, what kind of fuel do you give your processing center? If you're in the house all the time, do you get to give your mind sensory experiences by going out in nature, or like doing something you're not used to do, so you feel your heartbeat, you feel a little bit of sweat and perspiration on your forehead? Are you doing these types of things to give your mind fuel to expand itself? Something I started thinking, I was like, yo, what do I do? That's one of the things I do every morning. I make sure I meditate as soon as I wake up. So just like, where are my thoughts right now? Oh, okay, I'm thinking about that. Okay, now like let's hone these thoughts in. This is what I'm doing today. I do that for my mind. Okay, I think it's important. Then I read or I listen to, like, I'm a big Napoleon Hill fan. I like Earl Nightingale, Les Brown. I've been munching on this like astral projection stuff. I just find stuff to fuel and stretch my mind. Oh, I had a comment. I wasn't even paying attention. Yeah, yeah, that's right. Food indeed. And speaking of that, Michael, right? What type of food do we fuel ourselves with? Okay, is it oxygen rich food? Is it food that is good for our mind? Like there's, I think, I'm far from nutritionist, but there's specific food that helps with brain health. A lot of these things like glyphosate and the processed food that we have is causing a lot early onset Alzheimer's. So these are things, man. Even though that is funny about the food, and you bringing up a great point. Yeah, man. Yeah, Think and Grow Rich, boy. Woo, that's one of my favorites. I read it every year. Outwitting the Devil is another one that you may like too. So listen, I want you all to take the time, really think about these questions, because, and this is the reason why, right? When we start to master the way that we think, the way that we see and perceive things will change. It's like I posted something recently about the difference between transformation and rewiring. And I failed to post a perspective on it. I think transformation is changing your whole setup, your whole structure. Then rewiring is starting to integrate those things that everything, this whole state that you change is starting to integrate that into your space. So with the mind, you start to, as long as you stay open and you're aware, you can start to navigate and sift through thoughts, be able to move through stuff that is not I want to say irrelevant, but stuff that's taking your attention, where you can divert your attention to other things. And when you start to really hone into your mind, you understand that your mind is your instrument. It's a supreme instrument, especially when you learn how to use it. And there's a quote that I'm going to end with. Your mind is your instrument. Learn to be its master and not its slave. Get to know your mind. Get to sharpen your mind, strengthen your mind. That's going to include environment, your fuel, all these things. And start to look at how you think and acknowledge and praise it. There's blessings to you, because how you are is unique and different than anybody else on the planet and the galaxy. Bless up to you. Thank you for listening. I always love the feedback. Michael, thanks for tuning in, man. I appreciate you, man. But I love your content too. Follow my guy. Blessings to everyone. Thanks for watching. I was slacked off on a couple of days. I'm still on the quest to 30 videos. So if there's some things that you want me to talk about, just write it in the comments, and it's all good. Failure is mind over matter. If you don't mind failing, then yo, hold up. I think I gotta post that before I wrap up. Yeah, buddy. That is, yeah, that I love that. I love that tetrahedron. That's that tetrahedron? Flower of life. I love that image. Yeah, failure is mind over matter. If you don't mind failing, then it don't matter, and it won't matter. Yeah, buddy. Man, that's great stuff. Thank you, everybody. Replay. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all next live stream. Peace.